Hello, my friends in the vinyl community. How you doing? Today is June 18th. It's a Thursday night. And I decided I wanted to do something here. I've been checking out different videos of people who are Kate Bush fans. And back in the late 70s, my brother got into Kate Bush. And he turned me on to Kate Bush. And, you know, first I'm listening to that voice and I'm trying to figure out if I like it or not. It was kind of, a bit of a tough sell. But, you know, she works with such great musicians. And the songs themselves, the compositions, are really great compositions. They're great songs. So the more I listened to her, the more I got used to her voice. You know? And I'm a big fan. That's all I can say. One of my guilty pleasures, but I don't feel guilty at all about it. I think she's really, really great. So here's a video to show off my 12-inch collection, and then maybe I'll do a video for my 7-inch collection. So rather than sit here and go, I'm going to get into it now. All right. And of course, the first album is her first album, and this is a British pressing of the album. I've seen other pressings. The domestic American pressings got a different picture of her in a box. And the Canadian pressing has a real cute picture of her on the front. And I believe the Japanese pressing has a different picture of her. But anyway, I have a British pressing on EMI. I think they're probably all EMI worldwide. And this is what I got years and years ago. This British pressing. And what a great album. Oh, Frippertronics is accompanying me tonight on this video. So, and it is loud, so I am gonna crank it down just a little bit. Yeah, that seems about right. Of course, everybody knows about the song Wuthering Heights. But this starts off with Moving, the saxophone song, great song. Strange Phenomena is a nice one. Kite's cool. The Man with the Child in His Eyes, her second single. Wuthering Heights, her first single. And then side 2 is James and the Cold Gun. Feel It, Oh to Be in Love. L'Amour Looks Something Like You. Them Heavy People. Room for the Life, and The Kick Inside. It's a great album. Great album. Lyrics on the back, no inserts. And what a way to start off your career. Of course, Wuthering Heights was I'm pretty sure it was a #1 single in England. And either you loved it or you hated it. It's, she's been like that her whole career. Either you love her or you hate her. There's no in between with Kate Bush. All right. Here's another copy, another British pressing, but this is, I believe it's the second picture disc issue. I think the first one has a round sticker. The second one has this oval sticker that says that there's a picture disc inside, and she sure knows how to market herself. I mean, she's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous, right? What do you think? And there's this. She's just gorgeous. But she's really an amazing songwriter, an amazing singer. By the way, these picture discs are really very difficult to come by, I think, at this point. And are really up there in terms of price. And the other thing about this picture disc is it's pretty quiet. It's not, you know, most people, you know about picture discs, man, they sound like crap. I know in America they put out a whole slew of different picture discs back in the late 70s of Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Capitol did put these out. Capitol put out Dark Side of the Moon. Steve Miller, a Steve Miller one. All kinds of stuff was coming out in the late 70s. And they sounded like absolute garbage. I had that Dark Side of the Moon one. I ended up getting rid of it, which maybe was a mistake. I don't know. But it just sounded like crap. It was loaded with pops and noise. And anyway, that's the second record I have. Let's put this down here right. Here's her second album, Lionheart. I think this is a Holland pressing. All right, that's the front, the back. Really, really sweet. And there's the inside. There's the gatefold that opened up. You got the lyrics. All right, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is actually a Holland pressing. It's a shame because the original pressings are embossed. The lettering is embossed here. I had a Canadian pressing of this album, and I don't know where it is. It's probably in a box somewhere. I don't think I gave it away. But even the Canadian pressing had this lettering that was embossed. Okay, I suppose it's no big deal to most people. Who cares, you know? But I don't know, I care. What do you think of that? All right. There's your label. And absolutely in mint shape. You don't, you know, a lot of people would take their records to parties. But if you're going to take a record to a party, it's not going to be a Kate Bush album. That's for damn sure. But, you take care of these things, man, if you love them. And you want them to last. And I want them to last. So, and see if I can find where it's made. Stemra. No. I don't know. I think it's a Holland pressing. I don't think it's a British pressing. Sounds like Robert Fripp is getting electrocuted. It's amazing. Yeah. So that's her second album, Lionheart. Again, remember, I'm just showing you what I have. That's all I'm doing here. After her second album, she put out, well, she went on tour and to support it. Very short tour. And then released this live EP. Okay. 4 tracks. And on stage, Kate Bush on stage. Here's the back. I think that this is a Holland pressing. You know they didn't release it in America. America. So freaking weird, man. Everybody wants to come to America and make a lot of money, but when it comes to putting out a product, America sucks. Sucks. All right, so there you go. Maybe this is a British press. Oh yeah, this is made in Holland. Yep. There it is. But anyway, there it is. Great songs, man. Them Heavy People. Don't Put Your Foot on the Heartbreak is on here. But I think the real masterpiece is the live version of James and the Cold Gun, man. That's a great version with a really great guitar solo. It's just so powerful, man. It's actually much better, I think, than the studio version, which is good too. And then L'Amour Looks Something Like You is what closes this out. So all right, so let's put it away. Yeah, this is nice. No ring wear on any of these records, man. They all are in just absolutely golden. Here. Check this out. Japanese copy of that EP. Now, this is not too hard to find, man. I mean, you go on Discogs, you can see it, you can find it for a relatively decent price, too. I gotta admit that I like this EMI label. I think that is so cool. I love that label. All right. And of course, this thing is just super mint shape. Sorry, 2. And of course, in Japan, they always had a little bit of an extra piece of paperwork in there, a nice little insert. It's got all kinds of Japanese writing on it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here's the insert. Okay. So you get some scenes from the one of her shows, or maybe several shows, I don't know. But anyway, oh man, it must have been awesome to see. I really must have been amazing to see this program. And of course, here's the other side. Of course, there's all kinds of text that nobody can read unless you're Japanese, and or if you know Japanese, if you can read it. I can't. Some credits and stuff. Anyway, Beautiful insert. Record's in mint shape. And it's gonna stay that way. Well, let's just do this. I figure I could go through these things really quickly, but man, I am so freaking slow because I take them out and then I put them back. It's the way it has to be. All right. After that 12-inch EP, she put out her third album, Never Forever. Now, this has to be my favorite Kate Bush album. It's just amazing. It's an amazing album. It's got such great songs. I mean, this is just fantastic. And on her first album, David Gilmour gets some credits for helping get her career going, but Gabriel gets a mention on here. And of course, this came out in 1980. What else came out in 1980? Peter Gabriel's third album, and she's all over it, singing backing vocals. She sings backing vocals on Games Without Frontiers, and she sings backing vocals on one of his other tunes. Shit, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the song, but anyway, this is a Holland pressing for sure, and it's so quiet. I love it. All right, there's your A-side custom label. There's the B-side custom label. And these custom labels, man, that's the kind of thing I like. I think that's awesome. I mean, the whole package is just gorgeous. That cover is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so now let's take a look at the whole damn thing. Right? You see it? And inside you have some more really just beautiful artwork, and the lyrics, of course, are in there. So, but this, you know, if I was gonna suggest which album to check out, okay, I know opinions are, you know, about music especially, it's so subjective. But I would probably suggest either the first one or this one. Really, it's really, really amazing. And I think it's really accessible, quite frankly, this album. All right. And she put this out in '82. This is her first self-produced album. So the sound of her voice actually changed a little bit on here, on this record. A little more strength behind it, a little more thicker. The songs on here are fantastic. It's another great album. Another custom label. All right. The Dreaming. Great. This is actually a British pressing of the album. Oh, yeah, let's do this. All right, and this was the first album to have a, I mean, other than that Japanese insert, this is the first album to actually have an insert with the lyrics. Okay, it's not a gatefold, so, you know, there's something in here, so let's find out what's lurking in here. Uh-huh. A rock bill from February of '83. So, I don't know, every once in a while when I open up my albums and I'm checking them out from after, you know, several years go by, I'll find all these cool little surprises. Sweet surprises, eh? So, but anyway, and this is the back of the album. I don't remember showing you this, but there it is. It's got all the songs listed. All right. Mint. And I think that's a really awesome photograph of Kate Bush. With the kiss. With a kiss, I've passed the key. So, Houdini died eventually anyway, but there's another 12-inch EP that came out. Now this is I believe this is a domestic pressing here in the United States. They press these in England or Holland in 4 or 5, maybe 6 different colors. But here in America, and oh, it had an extra track too. Here in America, it's 5 tracks. In England or Holland, it was 6 in different colors. Here in America, it's black. And you get 5 songs. And these are all, none of these are exclusive tracks. Sat in Your Lap from The Dreaming. James and the Cold Gun Live. Babushka from her 3rd album. Suspended in Gaffa from The Dreaming. And Un Beiser Infant. The Infant Kiss, I believe that's from her 3rd album. Or maybe that's a single. That I can't remember now. All right. But yeah, America, man. Wow. Really know how to extend themselves. So, but I got this because, well, you know, because I was a collector. And it was some wild cover. And it was not very expensive. They call it a mini LP in America. Because in America they don't release EPs, only mini LPs. You gotta love America. All right, and then Kate Bush decided to put this out. And what a great album this is. This really, her career took off after this. Hounds of Love. This is a British pressing of that album. Here's the back. I understand they did a recent repress of this, and it's a gatefold. Okay. So, and in the gatefold, you get this and this, I believe, basically the same. So, all right, but this isn't a gatefold. But you get, well, this is part 1, Hounds of Love, 5 songs. And then the 9th wave, which is her Supper's Ready, right? And It's just a great album. And here's what the label looks like if it was, if you get an English pressing, an original English pressing. This is what it looks like. There's probably all kinds of glare there, it seems like. All right, side 2 is the 9th wave. So I picked up this British pressing when the album first came out, like right away. And I gotta say, this is a really great record. Running Up That Hill was well, one of 4 really big hits. Running Up That Hill was the first one, though, and man, it was big. And then here in America, EMI, they did something very interesting that, you know, you usually don't see in America. But they did a special pressing of this album. Here it is, American copy, right here. Looks the same, basically. Got the same insert, but they did something really cool, man. They put it out in this beautiful gray marbleized vinyl. Absolutely gorgeous. So, and when I got this is the first marbleized vinyl I ever owned. Now, this was 82, right? Yeah. Pretty rare. Pretty rare. Marbleized vinyl. So, and of course I wasn't shy about getting two copies of it, because I said, man, if something happens to one of these, I'm going to be pissed. So I got 2 copies of that. And it was, what was it back then? It was probably about $8 or $9. Maybe it was a few bucks more because it was marbleized vinyl. Now, in England, they put 4 singles out from that album. They came out in 7-inch, they came out in 12-inch. All right, here's the first 12-inch single. In fact, the catalog number is 12KB1. So, all right, Running Up That Hill. And on the B side is Under the Ivy. And then also Running Up That Hill, an instrumental version. And you know, quite frankly, I don't know why they put out these instrumental versions. Is that for karaoke? What is it for? I mean, is it to sing, you know, to try to sing along yourself? I don't know. But that's what they did. And here it is. There's the label. All right. So, that's the first single that came out. Of course, it's going to take about 10 minutes to put it away. Here, let's put it in like this. Okay, so that's that There's 12-inch pressing. Oh. I want to do it in order, right? So second one is Cloud Busting. B-side is, first of all, the A-side's a different mix than the LP. Cloud Busting, the Organon remix. And then Burning Bridge and My Leg in Love are two non-LP B-sides. But there you go. And the video actually had Donald Sutherland in it, acting as the father of, well, she dressed up like a boy. Doesn't look like a boy to me, but she dressed up like a boy, and Donald Sutherland played the dad. This label is just, instead of the last one, it was black. This was just purplish. Kind of nice. That'd be cool if the vinyl itself was like this purple marble vinyl. That would be kind of neat. But that did not happen. All right. So that is Cloud Busting KB2. All right. And number 3, Hounds of Love. Let's pull it out. It's kind of nice, man. The textured cover. A very bizarre, I don't know what kind of finish this is. You can actually see it. Oh, there's a real texture to it. All right. Hounds of Love. It's in the trees. It's coming. And, okay, this is just a black label, so I'm going to go ahead and skip pulling this sucker out. B-side is Jig of Life, which is on the album, and The Handsome Cabin Boy, which is a non-album truck. I think that the A-side is a different mix than the album as well. I think they're getting smart and putting different mixes out so that, you know, you would want to buy it so you could get the mix. I liked it for the artwork too, and of course for the B-sides, but they added a little more appeal by putting a different mix on the A-side. And then they put out KB4, The Big Sky. This is the meteorological mix. That was hard to say. And then the B-side is Not This Time and The Morning Fog. I think The Morning Fog is on the album as well. Not This Time is a non-album track. And then the label is just black, like the Running Up That Hill. So, this is, whoops, let's put it in this way. This is the legendary set of 4 12-inch singles, and I know I was seeing a lot of different people, well, several different people who have some of them, maybe not all of them, or they had them and they gave them away or whatever. Not me. I didn't give them away or sell them. All right, the next thing that came out was this, they paused and put out a greatest hits album. I love this. I love the picture, man. Because she almost kind of looks like, well, yeah, you know, so, what a look. But just look at that. All right, and includes her greatest hits, Wuthering Heights. Now, Wuthering Heights is one of her greatest hits, but what they did was she sang a whole new vocal over it, over the same, I believe it's the same backing track, and she also put a new single, Experiment 4, on this album. All right, you can open this up, and you can see all kinds of, I mean, her whole history on the bottom there, all her singles, starting from, well, here's her first 4 albums, first 5 albums, and then there is the legendary box set right there of singles, and then here's all the singles that are in that box. Actually, they're not all in that box, not all these singles. For instance, this Irish one right here, that's not in there. And neither is this one. And, well, we'll talk about that singles box when I do the singles video. But anyway, all right. Awesome. And I can't remember what the record looks like with the, oh yeah, the label is a cool custom label, man. All right. The whole story, it's really weird because they call it the whole story. How can you call it the whole story when it's just a compilation album? The whole story is right there. Strange. But anyway, it is a nice compilation. And a quality pressing from England. I don't even know if this came out in America. I imagine it must have. It must have come out in the United States. But I'm sure that it doesn't have that cool custom label. And it's probably a noisy pressing. I hate American pressings, man. I hate them. I shouldn't say I hate them. I dislike most of them. And then here's KB5. If it wasn't enough to have the first 4 from Hounds of Love. Here's the single that was released from her greatest hits album, Experiment 4. God bless you. This is the 12-inch mix of Experiment 4. And then it's got Wuthering Heights, the new vocal on the B-side, which is weird because now if you just want the 2 songs, you don't have to buy the album. You can just get this single. And then you have all her audio material. And December Will Be Magic, again, her wonderful Christmas song that she put out back in 80 or 81 is on here. Yeah, this is good, man. And that was got the lyrics for the it's got the lyrics for the A side. All right, but this is a longer. Oh, that's right. This is a longer mix than or a different mix than the what's on the LP. So I guess they were smart after all. They made it so you had to buy the album and the single if you wanted to get all her material, and that makes sense. All right. You know, this is interesting because her next album that came out is one I didn't buy on LP. I got it on CD. So what I ended up doing was getting this box set. It's Kate Bush remastered in vinyl, and this is the second box set. Okay, and it has Hounds of Love The Sensual World, and The Red Shoes. Okay. Hounds of Love. So this is this is the 4th copy I have of Hounds of Love. But what I didn't like about these pressings is that it didn't come with the original label. It comes with this, well, I'll tell you what, I'll show you what label it comes with, but because they're all the same, but I wanted this on vinyl. And nice, comes with this for you, beautiful lyric inner sleeve, right? This is the label that all these albums that are in these box sets, because they put 4 box sets out. This is what the labels look like. Now that's a cool looking label, but I would, you know, personally, I wish I had an original copy of this, and I don't. And I know that they go for an arm and 2 legs, so that ain't happening. So I picked this up. At least I have a vinyl copy of it, and that's kind of nice. And these things sound real nice. I don't have any issues with my copy. The song, Never Be Mine. Wow. Amazing. My buddy Kevin, or KGP, reminded me of that song, because I'm familiar with the album because I had the CD, but I hadn't played it in a long while, man. And then I was talking about Eberhard Weber, and Eberhard Weber plays bass on Never Be Mine, and it's really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, I like having that, and now I have this too, The Red Shoes. And what a colorful album cover. Wild. All right. Here's all the lyrics. I like that the spine doesn't cut into any of the lyrics, man. The way that they set this up was smart. Okay, so, but anyway, there it is. The inside, this gatefold sleeve. The Red Shoes. The LP, you know what it looks like, so I'm not going to pull that out. So let's put all these back. See if I can do it all in one shot. Wow, I'm getting smooth. Oh. She also put out some 12-inch singles. This Woman's Work. When the album came out, of course, they put these singles out, and I picked these up. I should have picked up a copy of the album, but I didn't. But I do have these sleeves, or these 12-inch singles. And in fact, this one actually came with a poster. Look at this. Okay, This Woman's Work, single mix. Apparently there's a different mix. And the B-side is Be Kind to My Mistakes. And I'm still waiting. Both of these, I believe, are non-album tracks. All right, but right. I guess the A-side too, because it's a different mix. So there you go. All 3 of these tracks are unique to this particular record, I guess. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at this poster. It's a poster sleeve. I hate that it's a poster sleeve so that you don't actually get the cardboard cover for it. Cheap bastards. Here, let's see if I can open it up. Okay. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Here, if you want to put this on a subway wall, right? God, you can see the impression of the vinyl in there. It's really wild. But anyway, sweet. And then it's double-sided, so you get this side. And that's what the cover looks like. All right. Let's put it away. Let's see if I can do that without ripping it apart. Oh, wait a second. Can't be right. That's the way to do it. So, yeah, there you have it. Side 1 and 2. Of course, that sweet cover. But anyway, and let's just put it back in here. Okay. This woman's work. And Love and Anger. Oh. Looks like there's some wear here. I don't know if that's part of the design or what. All right, but anyway, Love and Anger, 12-inch. All right, Love and Anger and Ken. What is it? The Confrontation. And One Last Look Around the House Before We Go. So you got 3 different songs on that B-side. And yeah, it's got a big Made in the UK sticker right in the freaking thing too. I should have took that off years ago. See, what slob puts that sticker right? You know, you could have put it somewhere where there wasn't any actual text, but no, they shove it right on the frickin' titles. I don't know. Stupid. But anyway, I gotta put this in a proper sleeve, man. And we're pretty much done here, actually, because I did get the 2 more box sets, but there's not that much to show you. All right, Ariel. These are cool because they came with these huge booklets. I think all 3 albums have a nice big fat booklet in it with the lyrics. Okay. And this, I really need to sit down one day and just listen to this whole album. I listened to this album once when it first came out. On CD, I picked up a copy on CD. And I really liked it. But yeah, it's just so much, there's so much music to listen to. So I never got around to listening to it again. So now that I have these box sets, one of these days I'll just pull it out and I'll listen to the whole thing. Double LP. And they split this up too, a Sea of Honey and a Sky of Honey. So that's actually kind of in two parts. But I gotta check this out, man. I haven't played it yet. I just looked at it and looked at the booklet. How nice. And then director's cut. Took some songs that she's already released and reworked them, re-edited them, rejiggered them, and put this out. Okay, really just beautiful package. All right, and then this album, 50 Words for Snow, right? 50 Words for Snow. And I remember when this came out and I picked up a copy on CD and it was kind of nice. It's very, very, I mean, it's a winter album for sure. It's not something I'd be playing in the middle of June, I'll tell you that. But anyway, then the final box set, and this was important from, I remember when friends of mine contacted me and said, Kate Bush is going to remaster everything and put them out in boxes and blah, blah, blah. And I said, no way, man. I ain't going to bother, okay? And I didn't for the longest time, but I ended up picking these up when I noticed that the price went down significantly. And I thought, well, all right. For some reason, I started getting back into her. And I thought, and I saw that the prices went down, and I went, shit, I gotta splurge, man. Now's the time. This has 4 albums in it, and one is 12-inch mixes. Okay, I already have all those. You saw that just now on the original singles. Then I have The Other Side, disc 1, The Other Side, disc 2. All right, and those are B-sides and some like previously unreleased stuff. So, like there's a song on here called Humming. Passing Through Air is an old song that she had recorded when Dave Gilmour brought her into EMI Studios. Passing Through Air. It's a B-side that's it's on the back of Army Dreamers, that single, or an EP actually. And then and it's a beautiful song, and it's like a pop song, really. And the way she sings it is so sweet. She was just a little kid, and she recorded it. There's a song on here called Humming, and she recorded that around the same time. I guess maybe it was the same. I don't know if it was the same day. I don't know if she was in there more than one day in the studios recording. But anyway, so there are some some unreleased stuff. And then there's a 4th album that is supposed to be, it's all covers. Some of them are B-sides. Some are unreleased, like Brazil, Sam Lowry's first dream. It's from the movie Brazil. It was never released on an LP until here. All right. Anyway, do you want to see the covers? Sure, what the hell? How long can that take? All right. right, so this is the 12-inch mixes. Here's the back of it. So this is what you get in the box. The other side. Okay. This is the first disc of the other side. Right? And here's the other side. Could have used a different picture. Jeez. Right? There you go. Okay. And in other words, all the covers. Okay. And you freeze it, check it out. Different looking label. Okay. But anyway, that is pretty much everything. That's the whole story. And that's almost 57 minutes. So have a great day. I'll see you when I do the 7-inch, when I do her 7-inch collection. Bye.